3, 2, 1.
We have some special guests in the house. We have some of our captains and leaders on the Titan and Dragon football squad. We're going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves. We'll start with the Titans. Introduce yourselves, please, and then we'll go on to our Dragons.
Oh, Legacy High School.
One more time, James. Go for it.
James Ross, Southwest Legacy High School.
Perfect.
Agent Aguilar, Southwest Legacy High School.
Nice.
Aiden Escobar, Southwest High School.
Ty Friesenhan, Southwest High School.
Gotcha.
John Widows, Southwest High School.
Perfect. All right. Ty, James, this is your second time being on the podcast in like 3 weeks. So I appreciate you guys making some time.
Y'all are trying to catch up to Monica.
Yeah, you guys are going to be
Wilson.
the co-hosts of 2025, so we appreciate that. But looking at this game, we'll start with Southwest High School since we start with Legacy right now. We'll start with Southwest High School. Big season so far for you guys, right? You've battled through a lot of tough games. Very tough competitor coming up tomorrow with Legacy High School. Obviously, the community's coming out. It's a big atmosphere. What are you hearing from the coaches as far as keeping the emotions straight for this game and making sure you guys know what you got to do? Ty, we'll start with you.
Well, it's hard because being undefeated, you feel like you're on top of the world and you could be anyone, but you got to stay humble and you can't get in over your head. So the coaches, I think they're just trying to keep, especially all the young guys, they're trying to keep them level-headed, trying to keep them humble because, it's anyone's game. You could go out there and you could be anyone. Yeah. It happens all the time. So we just got to stay on our game and do what we do best.
Yeah, and from our other Dragon athletes, how do you guys preparing for this week compared to maybe other weeks? What does that look like?
Yeah, so, the coaches have been saying, I've seen it a lot of times, some teams go out there undefeated, they think they own the world, and it'll just all come down on them if one game the other team wants it more. So, being with that's saying that when we're playing and, you're going against a good opponent like Legacy, they're working hard. It's always a big game, Fire and Armor Bowl, and it's a really against the last week's team versus you, and it's always trying to get better. Gotcha. And if you can get better than your last week's team, and you can keep going and going, it'll be one team will have a really great season.
Yeah.
And, this team, we have a lot of young kids, but we got to keep them level-headed and just get them in the right mindset for this game because it's going to be two good teams battling.
Yeah.
Whatever happens is going to be who wants it.
What can we expect? Was it John you said? What can we expect, John, from the Dragons? What can we expect the Dragons to be bringing tomorrow night?
We're going to be bringing our A game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because just like Coach said, we can't be content with where we're at right now.
Yep.
And being 6-0, it tends to bring a lot of we're gloating, we're real confident in our abilities, but we just can't get too confident.
Sure.
We got to keep working at what we got, and we just got to keep getting better week by week.
Yep. Looking at Legacy, man, talk to me, James Ross, about the competition ahead. You've played in the Fire and Armor Bowl before. Having it at home, talk to me about what that means for you. Are you excited to have it finally at Legacy and to be able to have that support with you there at home?
I had the support at Southwest.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it like another game.
Yeah.
I ain't Fire and Armor Bowl wood. It's just another game for me. Yeah.
That makes sense. No, that makes sense. I get that. What about you, sir? Talk to me about Legacy and kind of what you guys are preparing about.
We've been looking for all season.
Yeah.
It's a big game for the community, for everyone, for the families, for the players, of course. We've been having to really have a strong mental game going into this game.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good game, of course. And I hope that everyone, our team, their team, just comes mentally strong, prepared for the game.
Yeah, no, and I think, James mentioned looking at it as another game. You've said it plenty of times as a coach. That's how you have to kind of approach it. If you overthink it, that's when mistakes happen.
If you let it get too big, you end up you're making it bigger than what it is, which is, as James said, a game. And if you get there, your emotions take over. There's some things that you get a little too hype.
Yeah.
And one, you're not able to focus on the job at hand. Two, you could do some stupid stuff. You know what I mean? That hurts your team more than it helps your team. I guess right now, what's on my mind is what the Navy SEALs say is slow is fast and fast is slow.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is if you're focused on your job and you're doing your job right, then you're going to be able to. The game slows down.
Right.
But if you're very emotional and you're going, then it starts coming at you like at this time of year, the butterflies in the windshield.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And if you're playing like that, you're going to end up you're gonna make a lot of mistakes that are gonna hurt you in different ways. So I think James said it right. Is you have to try to make it just another game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, bar none being the Fire and Armor Bowl or not, you know what I mean? There's 2 gargantuan games in District 14 5A right now. One's tonight with Jay playing Nixon,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Fire and Armor Bowl. You have between those 4 teams 3 losses, and so
Wow.
and so it's a matter of talk to both coaches about this a little bit because we all talk about points and different things like that, and so the district race comes down to this week. If you get a Jay win over Nixon, then that gives them 2 losses. Jay has 1. If Legacy beats Southwest, now you got 3 teams with 1 loss going in, and so it becomes it really becomes who's you're looking at slotting for home playoff games.
Yeah.
Who's the lucky one that gets to play to take on the defending state champions in the first round, that kind of stuff. And so it's not just the Fire and Armor Bowl, but what makes it neat is it's the Fire and Armor Bowl, and it's a big time. It's like,
This is the highest ranked Fire and Armor Bowl?
Huh?
Is this the highest ranked Fire and Armor Bowl as far as like the rankings in the city?
I think it is.
Something like that.
I want to say 2019 might have been pretty close, but I'm not sure because I would have to ask Coach Franco that because I don't remember what year it was. We were 0-6 at one point, and I think it was his first. I think that would have been 2020, 2021, something like that. I think it was 2020. Coach Starvin's last year when they went 0-6 and then went 6-0 into the third round of the playoffs, but. I can't remember if it was that year, the 2019 year when Legacy won in overtime down here that they were both really good.
But one of the higher ranked.
I think 2021 was the year they were both
up there
trying to get into. They were both. That was like a district championship.
Yeah, I thought so. Something
because Legacy was 9-1, I think that year.
It was the last game.
Yeah, and. Yeah, I don't know if it was the last game.
I remember that was my first one. That's when I was pushing for Pyro like crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, Pyro, we need Pyro.
It ended up being not against
but
kind of against the rules.
It's a big game nonetheless. But looking at Legacy, talk to me. There's going to be community members who have family right on both sides, cousins who go to Legacy Southwest, friends who go to Legacy and Southwest. This is going to be a game that I think even you, I think, would agree. There's going to be community members who this might be the only game they come to all season is they want to see Southwest and Southwest Legacy.
Well, I mean, we don't have any reserve tickets.
No,
they're sold out.
Yep.
And stuff. I think that I'd like to see. We sold over 1,000 tickets already as of yesterday, and we sold 1,400 for the South Sand Dragons game last week.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be big. And I'll turn it over to these guys what it means to them a little bit, but I think when you're talking about that, it'll be on TSP stream, but you should come to the game. And then it'll be on ESPN radio.
Yep.
And then you got it's the Express News Game of the Week.
Yep.
It's I think it's one of the top 5.
You got for the
it's
city.
One of the top 5 Dave Campbell's games of the week in Texas and stuff like that. So it's kind of a big game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bar none, but it gets to be our 2 high schools getting after it. So doing something good there.
For them who have never, and we heard John from Southwest talked about it, but for each of you real quick, and we'll start with James going down the line. What can fans expect who maybe have never seen Legacy play, haven't seen Southwest play this year? Obviously, you guys had to battle over some adversity coming into this week. Looking at this week, what's the game plan? What can people expect to see from this Legacy offense and defense?
There ain't no particular game plan. Like, it's just play football. Like, do what your coach should do. It's definitely a big game. As everybody said, the whole community is going to be out there, family is going to be there. People from years past that played in this is gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
I just love this atmosphere. I've been waiting for this game, knowing that it's a big game. It's still another game, but it's gonna be big.
Gotcha. And what can we expect from Legacy? What can we expect as far as like Is there something you're excited about on the offensive side, defensive side? Defensively, you guys have played incredible for the whole year. But looking at the offensive side, what can we expect with you running the ball, James?
I'm gonna let my pass do the talking for real. Expect a good game. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna put them down. I'm not gonna put us
Absolutely.
up,
Yeah.
Not gonna say nothing bad. I'm just play football.
Gotcha.
Do what I'm coached to do.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Talk to me about what this game kind of means to you and that community aspect there, Legacy.
Personally, this game means a lot. The loss last year for the seniors was hard on them due to the fact that they never beat Southwest.
Yeah.
So it was hard seeing all the seniors cry. And I feel like this year, it means a lot to the seniors this year.
Sure.
Trying to get the win back, get the gold ball back finally. But Southwest is also a very good team. They're very good coach, very good athletes, very good athletes. And it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. And we're expecting a fight.
Yeah.
It's going to be a dogfight, of course. Good athletes on both sides of the ball. We have Ross. We have our all-stars, Eli Sanchez and Daniel Martinez. And then they also have all-stars, They both have good athletes, both well-coached coaches.
Talk to me, Southwest, about going from winning last year to this year, playing away, going to Legacy. Does that mindset change? What's that mindset look like?
The mindset never changes. We have a saying, anytime, anywhere, any place, bar none. And I really stick to that. Since freshman year, I've been really digging on that phrase for a long time. When we won last year, it was like another game, but it was nice to, win that game at home.
Sure.
But now we're going to go head over there. But like I said, anytime, anywhere, any place, bar none. But for the community, I really think it's a really nice thing for the community, especially when you have some older people coming out.
Sure.
It's closer to them, That's one of the games they've seen in maybe 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And all they can expect to see is a good fight between both teams. And it's going to be a real physical battle. A lot of helmets clashing, pads banging, but that's all I can say on that.
Yeah. Ty, we got the Hall of Honor happening today, right? A lot of people being recognized. Most of those people will probably be going to that Fine Armor game as well tomorrow. Talk to me about what do you think this game means to the community in your own words of family and friends and all those and stuff like that.
Well, it brings people from all over the district together, and not even just our district, from other districts, people who are, curious about how the Dragons play and how the Titans play. It's two of the best football teams out there, and when we come together and when we clash, it's a game that is almost unrivaled in the atmosphere. Whether we're here down in the hole or over there at Legacy, it's going to be atmosphere, and it's going to be a crazy game. A lot of physicality. We're two pretty similar teams, I think. Yeah. And I think it's just an entertaining game for anyone, no matter who you are.
Yep. Coach, any questions for the gentleman?
No, I think how are you going to control your emotions a little bit? You know what I mean? Obviously it's a big game, but and then there's a little more to it, obviously, and we've talked about that. But what are a couple of strategies that either your coaches have talked about or that we do and that'll help make sure that what we've always envisioned. This is kind of, I remember when we were planning Legacy and we were talking about those things, and we would talk about what this might look like 10 years ago, in a night like this, but making sure that it's really neat to have this type of situation, but that our kids come out and really perform, but do it in a classy way. This is an opportunity for Southwest ISD as a whole to shine, that we can knock heads and hit pads and play a lot of Dragon and Titan football, which is, like they've said, very physical. Even the Titans will line up with 3 receivers, but James Ross knows. I've seen him knock some people straight down and stuff like that, and the defense. Literally, I don't remember which one it was. It looked like, I don't know if you remember the Jadavian Clowney when he was at South Carolina and popped that guy's head off, and that happened against Jay. Somebody came up and, was that you, Adrian? That's my man right there. That is probably I haven't seen a hit like that that's probably the best hit I've seen in a decade. Between that and the one that
He said.
and one that Tyson Dean had last year. Those are the two biggest hits I've seen since Cesar Serrano.
Yeah.
And
and you were sending Caesar my way constantly.
every day
on
purpose.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of hitting that you expect to see.
Yeah.
You expect to see some hard inside zones, some hard power, things like that from the Titans. And then everybody know. I mean, you have probably 14 coaches, 15, 20 coaches out there that have run kick for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And stuff. They know how to. The legacy Titans have coached it. Those guys, they know how it's blocked, and so it's gonna be fun to watch some smash mouth. But I will say this: they can throw the ball deep.
They can.
From Jamont from Means to Danny and those guys going deep. Those El Troy, those guys. I mean, like, it'll be smash, 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 and then can you defend the deep ball?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so
that'll make it very fun. Another Voss and another Fire and Armor game making plays over there for the Dragons. Talk to me, Coach.
Which I think is what they keep talking about, keeping the young guys humble.
Yeah.
But
talk to me about the coaching staff. You have so many former players of your own that now coach at Legacy, that now have been in that system, that know what to expect from Dragon football and know what they want to do for Titan football for the future. Talk to me about what you're hearing from the coaching staffs, and then specifically, of course, from Coach Bruce at Legacy and Coach Franco from Southwest.
Well, I think they know it's a big game.
Yeah.
I think that as a coach, you probably are not excited always about the hype that comes with this game.
100%.
You know what I mean? But I think that they've already done the math on the numbers, on the points, on the who needs to do what and things like that. But they also just know that how hard each of those teams is going to play. And then the question is, who's going to play harder or who's going to match the intensity of the other team? I think that's probably one of the biggest things is like we've talked to everybody here about is do you match it, and then how do you make it just another game to stay cool? You know what I'm saying? And bring it with controlled aggression to be able to sustain it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
No, it does. It does.
And I think James, what do you think about that, James?
Definitely, I agree with you. To answer your question, you said, how do you keep the emotion or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you keep
say,
it level? How do you keep it level, right?
Yeah, between the whistles.
Yeah.
Like, between those whistles, you could put those passes together. Like, I feel like that's the only time that you could keep that emotion.
Yeah.
Or keep it out of.
Yeah.
Control,
Keep it. Yeah.
Like, in between those whistles, you know. I don't know, man.
He's ready, man. I like it. He's locked in. Talk to me, guys, real quick. Obviously, game's big. We talk about it. We keep mentioning it, whatever. Looking at the season, talk to me about the growth of your teams. How much you guys have grown as a squad on both sides of the balls. How much, your coaches have helped, yourself or other players grow. Talk to me about the growth of the squad from week 1 to now and what you're hoping to grow upon from now until the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely. Our legacy has definitely came up from when I was watching it in middle school. They had their couple runs, of course, but they were not as bright. Like, my sophomore year, they were terrible. I was a part of that 4-6 team, going to watch Adrian play JV. Like, our team has really came up. Like, seeing him make big hits against John Jay, like, it's really exciting, like.
Yeah.
Even our coaches have gotten better with us,
Yeah.
I used to be horrible too, Like, our coaches have helped us like get better, Like, we have a better record.
Yeah.
I don't think Legacy has ever been 5-0 at one time.
No, we've been close one time.
Yeah,
but like,
but this is one of the best years. Yes,
one of the best
correct.
years. We have a lot of athletes.
He's like, Coach, you know what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Just the best,
I just feel like we gotten better overall.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mentally, physically,
Yep.
we got that little kick. Like we got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Pass
like
it to
that.
my boy.
Yeah, and Adrian, he mentioned how the coaches have kind of grown with you as well. Talk to me about that coaching staff and why it's made you all so much better.
So every week we start practice Monday morning with the mindset of being 1-0. Coach Flores, of course, repeats that all week, making it a big thing that we should be 1-0 every week. And offensively, the coaches they've gotten better at, reading the plays or like reading the defenses, and they have grown and improved to help our offense succeed. Defensively, our coaches have always been on our butts, trying to stay us strong, try to keep us strong.
Yeah.
We have had a good defensive run for the season, and I feel like they still trying to make sure that we're still gonna keep going strong.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at Southwest, you guys went from one of the best seasons ever at Southwest High School last year. You have people playing at D1 colleges. They're moving forward. They move on. You have to replace some of those big playmakers and stars. Great coaching staff there. Obviously, you found some budding stars here now with some of the younger upperclassmen and also some seniors. What have you grown to from week 1 and now, and what's next? Where is there to grow?
From week 1, it shows on the scoreboard. It was close games.
Yeah.
I really feel like those first 2 weeks, it was really we were there, but we still had we had a lot of growing to do. And especially on the first few weeks, it's never your best. It's any coach can never say that that's their best team. It's not. Anyways, sorry, I don't know what I'm saying.
You're good.
All right, now I do. So
Let's
now
go.
going on from the coaching staff and the last year's team, last year's team, we've set a bar this past off season.
Yeah.
We're always going to keep that standard. Now that is our new standard. We're not going back down. We have that standard now.
Yep.
So in the off season, we really had to grind. We really had to show everybody because, everyone had all their opinions on how we were going to look this year because with all our losses. But with all the hard, you just got to work hard, and you keep going, you keep grinding. And from week 1, from now, I say we've gotten better, but it's definitely not our best.
Nice.
And we can still grow we can have an exponential amount of growth through these next few weeks. We have a saying, it's always anytime, any place, anywhere, bar none. But that I really do think that's one of the best things because you could be playing in the Alamo Dome one year, just like last year, and against a really good team. But as long as you keep it, it's just a game, and they're the same age as you.
Yeah.
You have the same everything. Both y'all are human.
Yep.
He's not a superhuman. And as long as you play with your heart, you keep your mind straight, like Coach was saying, how you keep your anger controlled. Like, it's really just through those whistles, like he was saying. As long as you keep that anger controlled and you're, after that game, you're a good human being and you're not, crazy outside.
Yeah.
Take care of your business.
Take care of the business in the game. Make sure to control that anger for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then that's all you really got to do to keep it contained. And
Got it.
I really believe that if we keep growing these next few weeks, we can be a really great football team.
That's awesome, man. Ty, talk to me about this squad, man. You've kind of seen it all too, and you've been there. And so talk to me about how you guys have grown from those losses to now another undefeated season so far, and what you guys hope to grow on for the future.
Well, obviously, last year, I think everyone's biggest question was, how can you follow up on a season like that, going undefeated and going to the third round of playoffs? And there was a lot of uncertainty, I think, during the offseason. It was just mainly just put in the work, and whoever those guys are going to be, they'll develop, and we'll find them by the time the season comes. And, when the season came around, it started off a little rough, had some rough patches there, but the amount of growth from even just from the first scrimmage to where we are now is, I think, more than I've ever seen. I've seen 2 other varsity teams before this. I've been on varsity for 2 years. I've never seen that much amount of growth. Last year they were just those guys. They were just good.
Yeah.
They knew they had good chemistry. But this year it's been difficult, bringing them together. It's a lot of different levels. We got the youngest guys, the sophomores, and then a lot of juniors, and then all the seniors. It's hard trying to mesh them together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then losing your quarterback week 1 too.
Oh yeah,
And then
that was rough. It's hard on the receivers, and it's hard on the
Julius coming
coaches
in.
too,
Yeah.
because that's like your whole team plan basically.
Yeah.
But I think they've come together well, and our receivers and our quarterbacks have gotten a really good chemistry now, and our defense especially, they have just played lights out. these past few games, and they've improved a lot.
Got it. What about you, John? Talk to me about what you guys have improved on and what you're hoping to improve on for the future, man. All right, like it's another game in the season. You still got more after this. What does that look like?
Yes, sir. Just like my two teammates were saying, we just got to keep the standard. We got to keep on improving. Coach likes to say that we're not playing the team this week. We're trying to be better than the Week 10 Dragons, the Week 9 Dragons, the Week 7, Week 8 Dragons. So, yeah, we just got to keep on improving. We just got to keep working, and it's just how bad do you want it?
Yep. I love it, man. I love it. All right, any final words, sir, for this conversation?
Have you guys watched a lot of these Fire and Armor games in the past? You guys got any interesting memories of some of those?
Some of the past Fire and Armor games?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I mean, you mentioned James Ross being in middle school watching some of these games.
Like me playing or like watching?
Well, I think watching or just like some of your biggest memories of a Fire and Armor game.
Those fireworks my sophomore year.
Let's go. The pyro worked.
Can we bring those back? Like
I pushed it and I almost got this man fired. And that's on me. That's on me. But I pushed it hard for like 3 years, and then they were like, "That's against UIL rules." Yeah.
Just like
couldn't have a better answer. Couldn't have a better answer
because I think that's what everybody would say.
Yeah.
I remember these guys walking down the hill a couple years ago. That's probably your sophomore year, right? Yeah. And stuff and we walked down and they came down just in time for us to be like, go. And then there the fireworks go and stuff like that. And they all just like all the teams just stopped and they're like getting behind. And it's like there was no warming up. There was no nothing going on. It was everybody's watching the fireworks. Yep. That was also the day that the smoke never left the hole. Either. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it became the fog. Became the fog bowl for a little while.
It was definitely foggy. I was reading the signs. I'm like, dang, where's Coach at? Yeah. That's just like some stuff that I remember, like going against Tyson that's playing D1.
Yeah,
like they know who I am, but I'm just say, just playing against those dudes, they're good, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Those fireworks are definitely crazy. Yeah.
Anybody else have any good Fire and Armor memories, playing, watching, anything like that?
I'll say the biggest thing is the atmosphere.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is unmatched. It's like can't even explain it. You're in the game and it's just the crowd, the band, the fireworks.
You feel like you're in real Texas high school football.
It's an unmatched feeling for sure.
And last year we opened, was it Frazier Field? Was that? So that was a big deal already.
That was the first one.
And I remember going to the Legacy side, and Ian, our camera guy, you're not seeing him. Me and him were back there, and we would go to the Legacy side to get footage, and it felt like it was shaking. The stands on the visitor side shaking. People were like, I think in like camo or something. It was nuts. So talk to me, Southwest, about having it. Last year being able to experience that and seeing that atmosphere. You mentioned atmosphere coming up at Legacy. Talk to me about the atmosphere of the past Fire and Armor Bowls you have seen.
Yeah, well, I really haven't seen a lot of past Fire and Armor Bowls, but I do have something to say about the atmosphere. You know, when you're locked in the game and you're not really looking in the stands, you're not looking at anything, you're just on the field and you're really locked in mode. But I remember there was 2 times where I really took it in, and there was one time out, and we were looking at our stands, and I saw all the lights on. It was I think that was one of the first games we played in Frazier Field because it was in construction for a long time. So I remember some of our home games were at Legacy. Mm-hmm. So I just looked up and I saw that brand new stadium and all those people and the band going, and I was just taking it in. And then I remember it was one of the plays that we were facing, facing the force a little bit, and I was locked in, and for a moment I just took it all in real quick because sometimes you're going to think about this in a couple of years and know you'll never have it again.
Yeah.
So you really got to take it in. And, just the atmosphere is great over here. I love Southwest.
Yeah.
Boys of Fall.
Dude, don't even. That song haunts me. Talk to me, Ty, about looking at it from a spectator standpoint, a player standpoint. What would have been some of your memories of Fire and Armor?
Well, I know I had 2 older brothers that played here, so I've seen quite a few Fire and Armor Bowls from the very first one when my oldest brother played here. He's a senior, all the way to my other brother. He played 3 of them here, so I saw quite a few. And back then I was younger, so I didn't really care as much. But I always remember when the Fire and Armor Bowl would come around, I'd be like, "That's the game." I know it was gonna be a good one, and I was like, "Yeah, I need to pay attention for this one." Mm-hmm. And I remember just every time we'd somehow lose to them, and I was like, "Man, when are we gonna win?" And the last one that I saw before I was actually playing in it was my freshman year, and my cousin was on the team. And that was the first time we won, and And then I got to play in them. We get to keep that streak, and it's been, there's just big games, and it's just special.
Yeah. Talk to us, John. Last one from you. Talk to us about any Fine Armor memories or what you're excited for.
Yes, sir. I just remember whenever PJ Ramos and them played at Legacy, and it was just amazing atmosphere. It was amazing for the community. I don't think I've been to a Southwest game and saw that many people there. Yeah. So it was amazing going from crazy plays, them winning, seeing all the seniors hyped up, Tristan Denny running the ball into the end zone. I've never seen a nose tackle run that fast. That was crazy, doing a flip. Yeah. It's insane. It's insane. It really brings people together, and I just think it's amazing what it does for the community.
Absolutely. And I mean, you look at it, last year we went into it tied for Fine Armor. Mm-hmm. We could leave this Fine Armor again tied at another big game. This is not one of those things. I remember when we first started the podcast, I don't know if you remember this, when we interviewed Franco and Coach Bruce at the old central office building, and we brought them in. Do you remember when Coach Bruce is talking about we've grown as a program so much with me, Coach Tarver, whatever, and then Coach Franco is like, I just want to win one of these. Like, I haven't won one of these, and so he's like, it's hard to keep it a rivalry when we're just not winning. And then they've got their due, they've come up, and so looking at this from an athletic director standpoint, from the hierarchy of looking at it from a grander scope than just Southwest football, just time football, but looking at it how it benefits Southwest ISD. What makes this game so important to you, special to you, and exciting for you?
I think that for me personally,
'cause you got middle school night too.
Is a matter of you got middle school night, things like that. But getting to be a big part of designing the legacy, getting to when we set out on this thing in about 2016, 2015 to build legacy, and seeing what it is now. Lots of conversations of Dr. Verstuff, myself, a few people on the board, Mr. Crisp, lots of people that have been here for a little while, but were a part of, from how we opened the school, so that we did it in the right way, and how we and how the UIL does realignment and things like that. And so that it opened in the right way, from just this kind of a game. When you build that, all of the opportunities that we gave to more kids to be in this, but then a game like Friday night for tomorrow night to be able to have what's neat. It's neat to have a game at Southwest because of the whole and the atmosphere and things. Mm-hmm. But when you go to Legacy, the teams walk out and I mean, like, they walk through the crowd. Yeah. You know what I mean? To come onto the field. The stadium's it's about 2,000 smaller but when you get in there, that's why the bands come. We put the bands on the field, and it just feels like
feels surrounded.
You feel surrounded, and it just feels, when you get up in the press box and you look out, and there are cars like parked almost in the new subdivisions and down the whole road and on the grass everywhere, and we're sitting there like, I hope they don't tear up a sprinkler head and stuff like that. And that was the vision of building the second high school. Those moments that Southwest ISD gets to have, that's really neat. You know what I mean?
I mean, he's been in this position for a while, gentlemen, and as a student, Dr. Verstuff called the top 10% of the Southwest High School 2014 class into the auditorium at Southwest High School, and he goes, we're going to make another high school. You all, right now live, are going to get to vote on the colors, are going to get to vote on the mascot, and what we call this school, all this stuff. So all top 10% of us there, and there were like 890 kids in that class. So it was like 89 kids there, and we're there. And I remember the first time we saw the first mock-up of the Titan, we went crazy. And we were like, that's so dope. Like, this is so crazy. And we're like, that's awesome. And then you vote on the colors. You talk about it. I think you were there too at that time with us there. And so they're talking about this is going to be a new high school. And then people are raising hands. Well, who's going, right? Who's going? And they start mentioning the elementaries that are going to be going to this campus and the middle schools. And you start looking around like, dang, what? That's going to be you guys. That's going to be your brother and sister. I go to college. I come back. My first time seeing the Titan Stadium, I was like, whoa, looks like a college stadium. It's beautiful. And then you see the campus, and then you see what this has become, to Wagner's point, as an alumni of the district, as a now employee of the district, and as a fan of just this community. I truly hope you guys see how important of a moment this is for you guys to enjoy. Not even forget just the game, but for your families to look back on. It's something to look back on and really cherish, I think.
It's like it's Fire and Armor Bowl 8, and I can just, and you know, I really was trying not to tell this story, but is because you talked about a lot of the kids who've come back to coach.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we have one that's come back that's probably a part of the biggest game.
Yeah.
Of, you know, it's funny because you had Coach Flores and his son Homer, who scored I think he scored the winning touchdown in overtime, and then Coach Johnson, he's Coach Johnson now, but Mackay, he's the one that caught the pass with like no time left to send it to overtime, and he's coaching at Legacy. Then you have the Hall of Honor tonight, where you were bringing Ken Fields in. He teaches at Legacy. You know what I mean? And so just like I remember the first touchdown by I don't know which Griffin it was, but when he scored the first touchdown in Fire and Armor Bowl history, I think it was on wedge. But you know, that was interesting. And then, you know, those plays, you know, playing in COVID at the Alamo Dome and with people having to be spread out, but the Southwest ISD respected this series so much that we moved it to the Alamo Dome so we could do that. Just so many really cool things that came with that. And, you know, I think it's every time we play these games, the game itself, watching our kids play. And I think that's my message to the teams is you always want to respect the game of football. And we talk about that with the Texas Way. You'll see our coaches wearing Texas Way shirts, really promoting the sportsmanship of the game. And it's important on Friday night when it's a big game in and of itself, minus it being the Fire and Armor Bowl for the season. It's a big game for the community because it's the Fire and Armor Bowl. And how we choose to conduct ourselves within that game is huge for the pride that we can feel for what we're trying to do in athletics at Southwest ISD.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And I think that a great example of that, we had the same thing a couple of Thursday nights at Legacy when Legacy played Jay. And that was a hard-hitting, very important early season game that had big implications.
Yep.
And I remember when Coach Gutierrez was coming across the field, and Gary, and I know Coach Gutierrez well and stuff, and Coach Bruce, and we were all talking. We were like, the most beautiful part of that game was how competitive it was, how hard-hitting it was. It was a great football game, and it didn't – I mean, I don't even think there was – I mean, I wasn't in on that. I'm sure there was some stuff going on in between the whistles. But if you watch it, it was like a well-played, great sportsmanship, not a whole bunch of crazy, ridiculous stuff going on afterwards. It was like two teams that wanted to play football and play the game of football the way it's meant to be played.
That's right.
That's what I expect from our teams, and I think everybody knows that pretty well. But that's also what makes it a lot of fun to watch.
Yep. Is
that we can be proud of the product they're putting on the field no matter what, because we're trying to build good young men.
That's right. And to end up the podcast, guys, we'll end it with this. Just any last words, any last things you want to mention to the community, to your fellow student athletes, to your fellow players who maybe aren't here, your coaches. Any last words before we get out of here? We can
It's
start.
a chance for your shout out.
That's right. We can start with John back there at Southwest, and we'll make our way down. Any last shout outs or just well wishes or whatever you want to say to end the podcast?
Yes, sir. Certainly. I just want to shout out all my amazing teammates at Southwest, the great team we're about to play tomorrow, just our amazing coaching staff and everybody that comes out to support us.
Hey, and John makes me feel old because I coach his dad.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, hey, you know what, dude? Let me pod your mic down. Take a break for a second. Goodness gracious. Thank you, John. Well, I appreciate you making him feel like that. Go ahead, Ty. Talk to me about it.
I just want to shout out all the coaches. I mean, they've been working hard all season, just trying to get us to this point, trying to get us to the level of skill that we're at now, and they're doing a great job, and they really bring the intensity for especially this game week, but every game week. They're always intense, and they're always just making us better, pushing us to be the best we can. And I just want to say good luck to Legacy. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to our coaches too. They sacrifice so much for us, and they're there after the games on Saturdays, game planning. They could be with their families having fun, but they do it for us, and I really appreciate it. So thank all the coaches, and shout out to all our teammates. They're working hard, and good luck to Legacy tomorrow. Good luck, and it's gonna be a really good game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they were saying, shout out to the coaches, of course. They bust their butts to be a coach. It's not easy to be a coach. And Coach Bruce, for sure, he wakes up at 3 a.m. every day to go to Legacy, hour drive. So I give him a shout out.
We've been telling him every year, Coach. What are you, Coach? Get a little closer, Coach. What are you doing here?
I'm like, there's a whole apartment
I
complex
know,
right
Coach.
next
What
door.
are you doing, Coach? Yeah.
But also my teammates been working real hard, been ready for this game. And also the Dragons, they've been preparing. And we're just a good game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about you, James? Last words, brother.
I just want to say thank you for that elementary for having us. Thank you, Miss Freeman, all my coaches. Thank y'all for having me out here. It's a true blessing to be here right now.
James, y'all went to Indian Creek, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Nice kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say thank y'all for having me too.
Yeah.
Good luck to y'all boys.
It's gonna be a game.
It's going to be fun.
May the best be the code.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Any last words, Coach, before we get out of here?
No, great job. Good luck to everybody.
Yep.
And can't wait to have some fun. See you guys playing tomorrow.
All righty, you know how we do this, guys. We're going to do the We Are Southwest all together. So thank you for joining us. This has been the Scoreboard Podcast, the Fine Armor Special. I'm Brandon Medina. That is Peter Wagner. And as always, we are
Southwest.
3, 2, 1.